What's going on, everybody? Will Murphy here with Iron Will Fitness. Today's video is going to be about progressive overload and the fact that we will be implementing it in the next week of your training. Progressive overload is basically just increasing the difficulty of an exercise to elicit a response, to make something happen, to force your body to adapt. So what you'll want to do is you can go up with weight and try to do the same amount of reps and sets you've been doing. You can go you can add another set of the same kind of weight and reps you've been doing. You can go up in reps and lower the weight a little bit to work on a little bit more endurance so that you can lift a little bit more weight up to the 8 to 12 rep situation there. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can superset, you can try pyramid sets, you can try just a lot of different things to make it harder on your body and make your body adapt and respond to what we're going to be doing to it. So for our beginner, overweight, obese people, we're going to be adding a set of each exercise onto this week's workouts. So your leg extension, your leg curl, your machine chest press, and your machine seated row are going to all be increased by one set. You're still doing the same 10 reps, but you're going to be doing one extra set. So instead of 2 sets, you'll be doing 3 sets. For my regular beginners, you'll be doing everything you'll be doing your normal 3 sets of everything, but you're going to raise the weight and you're going to lower the reps to 6 to 10 reps on every single exercise. And your cardio will be extended. You'll be doing 20 minutes of cardio this week. So after workouts, on your non-workout days, you'll be doing 30 minutes of cardio. For the beginner, overweight, obese people, you'll be doing 20 minutes of walking after a regular workout, and you'll be doing 30 minutes of walking on your non-workout days. For my intermediate people, your first 3 exercises, your compound movements, are all going to be 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps. We're adding weight and we're lowering the reps on these exercises. Your last exercises in the program each day are going to be 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps. You'll be doing more isolation exercises with heavier weight than normal. Of course, you don't want to push it too hard and wind up hurting yourself, but you do want to increase the weight and make it just a little bit harder on yourself. And you'll be doing 5 sets of calf raises at the end of like a leg day. You'll be doing 5 sets of ab exercises at the end of your upper body days, and then you'll be doing your 20 minutes of cardio after your workout day and 30 minutes of cardio on your non-workout days. This is to make it harder, to make your body work a little bit harder to adapt, and then maybe most likely the following week we'll go with the same kind of protocol. Maybe switch up a couple of the exercises a little bit, but not too much. And then we might move it back down if we start another challenge, or I just put out workouts on Instagram for you to follow along with, continue with the daily videos and all that good stuff. Anyhow, you have to make your workouts harder. If you don't, then you're never going to see any change. I mean, you'll see change up to a point, but eventually it's going to go away. You get to a point of diminishing returns, or we'd all look like the Hulk. If you don't do something to make the workouts harder, like change up the exercises, maybe do the exercises backwards, maybe maybe add weight and go down in reps and really try to get gain some strength, and then go back to your 8 to 12 reps and try to keep the weight closer to the weight you lowered your weight to for the 6 to 10 reps. Or you can do there's several other things. You can do cardio in between sets and things like that. There's just plenty of things that you can do to progressively overload your workout. You're at no lack of options for that kind of thing. So that's about the end of the video. We'll be posting your workouts here in just a little while on Instagram, and I'll have the video of your workouts up tomorrow on YouTube. Hopefully earlier in the morning, but it's been kind of hard for me to get them done in the morning and still get any kind of sleep at night. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to get my schedule figured out where I can get these done and have them on YouTube by 3 or 4 in the morning instead of by like 7 or 8 in the morning or 9, because I've been putting it off and sleeping and things like that. But at least the workouts are up on Instagram. If you're having any troubles with the exercises, we're pretty much repeating the same exercises, so you could probably look at the same day last week and get an idea of the exercises that you're supposed to do if I don't have it up in time. And I apologize if I don't have it up in time, but this is a crap ton of work and I'm the only one doing it. So I'm on Facebook at Iron Will Fitness Training. I'm on the internet at ironwillfitnesstraining.com. I'm on YouTube at Iron Will Fitness, and I'm on Instagram at Iron Will PT. Give me a holler if you need any help. I hope you're following along. I hope you finding all these things helpful, and I hope you get motivated to get in the gym. If you're not, too bad. You still have to go to the gym if you've challenged yourself to do something like this. Motivation, it's not going to last forever. Eventually, it's going to have to come down to discipline and perseverance for you. So don't forget that you have workouts to do before the end of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
For our beginner overweight obese program today, we'll be starting with the leg extension. Remember to set the machine up so that your knees are directly across from the pivot point, and that the ankle pad sets on top of your ankles but below your shins. Sit in the seat with your ankles behind the ankle pad and select the weight that you'd like to choose. From there, you're going to start by straightening your legs with the ankle pad in front of them so that you have to lift the weight. Raise the weight all the way to the top and squeeze your quads for just a second, and then return slowly with control to the starting position. Today we have 3 sets of 10 reps for this exercise. Our next exercise is going to be the seated leg curl. To perform this exercise, make sure that you have the machine set up correctly with your knees directly across from the pivot point and the ankle pad set up to be just above your heels and just below your calf muscles. To do this movement, get in the seat and place the knee pad down on your knees, and then start the movement by curling your legs under, squeezing for just a second once you've gotten all the way to the bottom, and then returning to the top slowly with control. Repeat these steps for reps and you'll have 3 sets of 10 reps for this exercise. The next movement on our list today is the machine chest press. To do this movement, sit down in the seat and select the weight that you'd like to choose. From there, you're going to pack your shoulder blades behind you, and you're going to place your hands on the handles with your elbows directly behind your wrists, and begin by pressing the weight all the way out to the front with your arms completely extended but your shoulders still back and together. Squeeze for just a second in your chest, and then return slowly with control back to the starting position, keeping your shoulder blades packed the entire time. And repeat these steps for reps. Today we have 3 sets of 10 reps for this exercise. For our final weightlifting movement today, we have the machine seated row. Begin this movement by selecting the weight that you'd like to use and setting on the seat, grabbing the handles and setting back in an upright position with your back as straight as possible and your shoulders rolled slightly forward. To begin, you want to pull your shoulder blades back and then lead back with your elbows as far as you can, pulling your elbows behind your back if possible. Squeeze for just a second and then lower the weight slowly with control back to the starting position. Try not to use too much momentum in this exercise, if any at all, so that you get the most activation in your back muscles. Let's do 3 sets of 10 reps for this exercise. Finally, we have the walking. This week we're going to start with 20 minutes of walking on your workout days and 30 minutes of walking on your non-workout days. So if possible, put it on a one incline or something just to change it up, make it a little bit more difficult on yourself. Remember, we're going for progressive overload so that we can make our body adapt and see more change. I hope you have a great workout, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Our first movement for our beginners today is going to be the Goblet Squat. To perform this movement, you'll stand with a dumbbell in your hands up against your chest with your feet at hip to shoulder width position. Set down into the squat by pushing your butt backwards just a little, like you're reaching for a seat that is like 6 to 8 inches behind you. And then set down into the squat. Once you've reached the bottom of your squat, the top of your legs should be parallel to the floor. And return to the top by squeezing through your quads and glutes and trying to keep your back upright through the entire movement. Repeat these steps for reps, and you'll have 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise. I like to follow the quads up with some hamstrings, so we're going to go to Dumbbell Romanian Deadlifts for the next exercise. Make sure that you keep your back straight through this entire movement. You're going to stand with 2 dumbbells in your hands of equal weight, with your shoulders back and down, and letting your arms hang as they're just hooks to hold the weight. Begin this movement by hinging at the hip and lowering your shoulders to about the height of your hips, and then returning to the top by squeezing through the hamstrings to pick yourself back up. Keep your back as straight as you can throughout this entire movement. If your back starts to curl, you need to lower the weight. We got 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise. Our next exercise is going to be the leg extension. Make sure that you have the machine set up correctly with your knees directly across from the pivot point and the ankle pad setting on your ankles just above your feet but below your shins. Select the weight that you'd like to use and then begin the movement with your feet behind the ankle pads by straightening your legs, squeezing your quad muscles at the top, and then lowering the weight slowly with control back to the starting position. You got 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise. Our next exercise is going to be the lying leg curl. To begin this movement, lie down on the bench and select the weight that you'd like to use. Make sure that the top of your knees is against the bottom side of the bench as you go to start this movement. To begin, squeeze your hamstrings and curl the weight up to your butt. Squeeze for just a second and then lower with control to the starting position. Repeat these steps for reps and you'll have 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise. Our next exercise is going to be the glute kickback. Today we're going to be doing the donkey kick variation of this movement. Start with 1 foot on the platform and 1 foot in the ankle strap. The knee of the foot in the ankle strap should be pulled up to your chest. You should be slightly bent forward with a straight back. Begin by pushing the strap straight out behind you until your leg is almost completely straight. If you can get it completely straight, even better. Once there, squeeze your glute and then return to the starting position and repeat for reps. Try to make sure to keep your hips square to the floor throughout this movement. Let's do 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps per leg. Next we have the standing calf raise. To begin this movement, you'll want to use a machine or a platform. You can hold dumbbells or a weight if you'd like, and use some sort of platform as like stairs, or you can do it on the side of a platform that you're using for step-ups or something like that. To begin this movement, start with your heels below the platform and your balls of your feet on the platform. From the stretch position with your heels below the platform, squeeze your calves and bring yourself up onto your tiptoes. Squeeze your calves as hard as you can at the top of the movement. Lower back down slowly with control. Bring your heels all the way under the platform and let your calves stretch. And repeat these steps for reps. You'll have 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps for this exercise. Don't forget to do your cardio. This week we have moved it up to 20 minutes per day of cardio after your workouts and 30 minutes on your non-workout days. Your cardio can be anything you like to do after your workout to get your heart rate up. It could be swimming, it could be biking, it could be climbing the Stairmaster, any cardio machine you want to do, maybe boxing or something like that. But at any rate, have a great workout. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Our first movement for our intermediates today is going to be the Barbell Squat. To begin this movement, load up a barbell with the weight that you'd like to use. Get underneath the barbell and place your shoulders on the bar. Make sure you don't rest the bar on your neck or anything like that. Stand up, step back, and get into position with your feet anywhere between hip and shoulder width apart. Keeping your shoulders back and your back as straight as possible, initiate the movement by pushing your butt back and remaining on your heels throughout the movement. You're going to lower your butt all the way down until your top of your legs are parallel with the floor. And then you're going to push with your quads and glutes back to the top of the movement. And then repeat these steps for reps. Make sure that when you're doing the barbell back squat, that the barbell is in a comfortable position on the back of your shoulders, not on your neck. You'll have a choice between high and low bar. For beginners, I typically recommend low bar, but as you get more and more advanced, you can try out the difference between high bar and low bar. High bar is going to have your body lean a little bit more forward as you go down into the movement. Low bar will have you more upright as you go down into the movement. Let's get 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise today. Exercise number 2 today is going to be the Barbell Glute Bridge. To do this movement, load up a barbell with the weight that you'd like to use. Lay on the floor underneath the barbell. Back your shoulder blades behind you. Have your feet close together, just underneath your butt with your knees completely bent. Press the bar into the top of your thighs. Don't press it into your hips. And begin by squeezing your glutes and raising the weight all the way to the top, trying to push your hips as far up as possible. And then lower the weight back to the bottom and repeat these steps for reps. Make sure that you squeeze your glutes as hard as you can when you're at the top of the movement. And we're going to be doing 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise today. Our next exercise is going to be for the hamstrings. We're going to be doing the Dumbbell Romanian Deadlift. To begin this movement, get 2 dumbbells of equal weight and stand with them directly at your thighs. Keep your shoulders back and your back as straight as possible as you hinge into the movement and push your butt back and up at the same time to really stretch the hamstrings. From there, you're going to squeeze your hamstrings once you reach the bottom of the movement. The bottom of the movement is when your shoulders are about in line with your hips. And then you're going to squeeze your hamstrings and return yourself to the top of the movement. And squeeze your glutes once you're at the top of the movement. We're going to do 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps of heavier weight for this exercise today. Moving back to the quads, we're going to hit the leg extensions. To begin this movement, make sure that you have your knees directly across from the pivot point, and that the ankle pad is set up so that it's just above your feet, but just below your shins. Select the weight that you'd like to use and sit down in the seat with your feet behind the ankle pad. Begin by straightening your legs and squeezing your quads once you've reached the top of the movement, and then lower with control back to the starting position. Repeat these steps for reps. We've got 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise today. Moving back to the hamstrings, we have the lying leg curl. To do this movement, select the weight that you'd like to use and lie on the bench with your feet under the ankle pad and your knees just under the bench. Begin by curling your legs up to your butt. Squeeze your hamstrings at the top of the movement, and then lower with control back to the starting position. Repeat these steps for reps, and we've got 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise. Now we're going to do a little bit for our inner thighs, so we're going to hit the Adductor Machine. To do this movement, set the arms to the desired distance apart from each other. Sit down in the seat, get your knees behind the knee pads, select the weight that you'd like to use, and begin by squeezing your legs together, and squeezing for just a second once you've got them together, and then slowly with control returning back to the starting position. Try not to let the weights touch the stack in between the reps. You'll have 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise. For our next movement, we're moving to the outer thigh and glutes. This is the Abductor Machine. Begin this movement, set in between the knee pads and select the weight that you'd like to use with your feet on the arms of the machine. Begin by spreading your legs apart as far as you can, squeezing your glutes for just a second, and then returning back to the starting position slowly with control. Repeat these steps for reps, and you'll have 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps for this exercise. Our next movement is going to be the standing calf raise. To do this movement, you just need a platform, but I'm doing it on the machine, so that's how I'm going to explain it for this. Select the weight that you'd like to use and get your shoulders underneath the shoulder pads. Start in the bottom position with your heels below the platform. Squeeze your calves and raise up onto your tiptoes. Squeeze your calves as hard as you can. Return to the bottom slowly with control. Repeat these steps for reps, and we'll have 5 sets today of 10 to 15 reps. Don't forget to do your cardio before you leave the gym, or unless you're just leaving the gym to actually go and do cardio. Do something active, get on any cardio equipment you'd like to use. You can box, you can set up a small little quick cardio circuit or something like that, jump rope, go to the park and walk, go join a sport, go play some laser tag, whatever you like to do, just get it done. 30 minutes of activity after your workout. I hope you had a great workout, and we'll see you tomorrow.